Welcome back, ghost hunters and thrill seekers, to another spine-tingling journey through the shadows. Today, we're delving into the heart of Wisconsin, a state known for its dairy delights and its dark secrets. So, grab your flashlights and let's uncover the top 5 haunted locations in Wisconsin. Number 5. Boy Scout Lane, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. First on our list is Boy Scout Lane. Don't let the name fool you. This path is paved with paranormal activity. Legend has it, the spirits of lost Boy Scouts roam these woods, their doomed hike eternal. Witnesses report eerie lantern lights weaving between the trees, a ghostly guide or a warning to stay away. Whispers of the lost echo through the pines of Boy Scout Lane, where innocence once tread. Here, beneath the moon's watchful eye, the shadows of the past stretch long and deep, reaching out to those who dare to listen. This road, a mere speck on the map of Stevens Point, holds a story that chills the soul and beckons the curious. In the hush of twilight, when the world settles into silence, the spirits of the Boy Scouts stir. Their laughter, once vibrant and full of life, now a haunting melody that drifts on the breeze. They had set out, hearts brimming with adventure, eyes alight with the promise of campfires and camaraderie. But as the sun dipped low, a shroud of darkness fell, and with it, a silence that spoke volumes. The trees, they say, hold memories. They remember the steps of the troop, the crackle of twigs underfoot, the rustle of leaves as badges were earned and friendships were forged. But they also remember the night that turned joy into despair, the night the forest swallowed the light. Some say it was a wrong turn that led them astray, others whisper of a more sinister fate. But all agree that the boys never emerged from the embrace of the woods. Search parties combed the area, lanterns piercing the darkness, calls for the missing met with only the echo of their own voices. Years have passed, yet the lane remains untouched by time. The locals speak of it in hushed tones, a cautionary tale for those who roam after dusk. For it is said that as night falls, the spectral scouts return. They wander the road, phantoms in the mist, their presence felt in the sudden drop of temperature, the prickling of skin, the sense that one is never truly alone. Visitors have recounted seeing orbs of light, like the glow of a scout's flashlight, bobbing through the trees. Some have heard the distant sound of a harmonica, a ghostly tune that fades as quickly as it comes. And there are those who have felt a gentle tug at their sleeve, a silent plea from the other side. The mystery of Boy Scout Lane is as enduring as the pines that line its path. It is a place where the veil between worlds is thin, where the echoes of the past are as real as the ground beneath your feet. It is a reminder that some journeys have no end, that some stories are written in the stars, and that some spirits find their home not in the hereafter, but in the here and now. So let us tread softly, dear listeners, for we walk on hallowed ground. Let us listen to the whispers of the lost, and let us remember the boys who set out with dreams of adventure and found eternity instead. For in the quiet of Boy Scout Lane, amidst the chorus of crickets and the sigh of the wind, their legacy lives on. And as we part ways with this haunted stretch of road, we carry with us the tales of the troop that never returned, the mystery that never solved, and the spirits that never rest. Number 4. Dartford Cemetery, Green Lake, Wisconsin. Next, we visit Dartford Cemetery, where the past refuses to rest. From the ghost of Chief Heinocher to the Civil War soldiers, this graveyard is a hotspot for spectral sightings. Dare to sit on the mausoleum, and you might just feel the chilling push of a child's ghostly hand. Our journey through the haunted heart of Wisconsin takes us next to a place where the dead rest, but not in peace. Welcome to Dartford Cemetery, a sanctuary of souls where the whispers of the departed are as numerous as the headstones that mark their slumber. Here, the echoes of history are etched in stone, and the veil between the living and the dead is as thin as the mist that clings to the grass at dawn. In the stillness of this hallowed ground, the spirits of the past stand sentinel. The most renowned among them is Chief Heinocher, who met his untimely end in the waters nearby. His spirit, they say, roams the cemetery, a guardian of his people even in death. Visitors have felt his presence, a watchful gaze that follows their every step, a reminder that we are but guests in this realm of memories, but the chief is not alone in his eternal vigil. The Civil War soldiers, their lives cut short by conflict and carnage, lie here too. Their ghosts march in silent formation, a spectral army that fades in and out of sight, their unfinished stories whispered on the wind. Some have seen their shadowy figures at dusk, heard the soft tread of their boots, and felt the sorrow of lives lost and futures stolen. The air here is heavy with the weight of untold tales, each headstone a chapter, each inscription a verse in the cemetery's mournful song. There is a mausoleum, old and weathered, where a child's laughter once rang clear. Now, it is said that her spirit lingers, playful still in the afterlife. She reaches out to the living, a gentle push, a fleeting touch, a sign that even in death, The joy of youth endures. As night descends upon Dartford Cemetery, the atmosphere thickens with the unseen. Orbs of light appear, dancing among the tombstones, leading the way to forgotten graves. They flicker and float, a mesmerizing display that defies explanation. Are they the souls of the departed, seeking company, or merely the cemetery playing tricks on the eyes of the beholder? The tales of Dartford are as numerous as the leaves that carpet its paths. There is talk of a soldier who wanders in search of his beloved, his figure illuminated by the moon's pale light. A woman in white, her heart heavy with grief, walks the rows of graves, mourning a love that death could not part. And then there are the whispers, soft and insistent, a chorus of voices that beckon the living to listen, to learn, and to remember. Here, in this garden of stone and sorrow, the past is not past. It lives on in the stories that survive, in the legends that leap from lip to lip, in the experiences of those who come seeking the supernatural. Dartford Cemetery is a book of the dead, its pages open to all who wish to read. So let us walk gently among these resting places, let us speak softly in the company of spirits. Let us honor the memories of those who came before, and let us carry their stories forward. For in the quiet of the cemetery, amidst the rustling leaves and the sighing trees, the dead have much to teach the living. And as we take our leave of Dartford Cemetery, let us do so with reverence and reflection. Let us ponder the mysteries that linger in the shadows, and let us keep alive the tales of those who rest here. For in the echoes of their existence, we find the threads of our own. Number 3. The Grand Opera House, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. The Grand Opera House in Oshkosh takes center stage at number 3. Home to the Phantom stage manager, Percy Keene, and a mysterious orange mist, this venue's performances extend beyond the living. The sound of footsteps and a spectral dog's bark echo through the halls, a reminder that every show must go on, even after death. In the heart of Oshkosh, where the streets are lined with echoes of the past, stands a grand edifice to the arts, the Grand Opera House. Its walls, rich with history, have witnessed a century of applause, of standing ovations, and of whispered secrets in the dark. But as the curtain falls and the audience departs, the true performance begins. The Grand Opera House, with its opulent facade and velvet seats, is more than a venue for the living. It is a haven for the spirits that linger in the limelight, craving the thrill of an encore. Among them is Percy Keene, the devoted stage manager whose love for the theater outlasted his mortal coil. His presence is felt in the sudden flicker of lights, in the unexplained creaks of the stage, in the whispers that float from the wings. But Percy is not alone in his spectral residency. There is talk of a phantom dog, its ethereal bark echoing through the corridors, a loyal companion in life and in death. And then there is the orange mist, a mysterious haze that envelops the stage, as if the very essence of the theater has taken form. The Grand Opera House is a place of beauty and tragedy, of performances that captured hearts and of moments that slipped away. It is said that the spirits of actors long gone still tread the boards, their ghostly figures caught in the corner of one's eye, their voices a distant melody carried on the air. Visitors have felt the brush of unseen costumes, heard the rustle of silk and lace as the ghostly cast prepares for their eternal show. Some have seen the curtain sway with no breeze to move them, have heard the tap of dance shoes upon the stage, have felt the rush of air as an invisible performer rushes by. The stories of the Grand Opera House are as numerous as the stars that have graced its stage. There is the tale of the prima donna who vanished on opening night, her voice now a haunting serenade that lulls the building to sleep. There is the legend of the playwright whose work was never finished, his quill still scratching away in the dead of night. And then there are the patrons, the audience of yesteryear, who return in spirit to fill the seats. Their applause is a soft murmur, their laughter a gentle breeze that stirs the dust of time. They come to relive the magic, to bask in the glow of the footlights, to be part of the theater's unending legacy. The Grand Opera House is a treasure trove of tales, each performance a thread in the tapestry of its haunted history. It is a place where the past is palpable, where the drama of life plays on in the shadowy recesses of the imagination. So let us take our seats, dear viewers, and let the show begin. Let us listen to the whispers of the past, let us watch for the shadows that move of their own accord. For in the silence of the opera house, amidst the grandeur and the ghosts, the final act is always about to start. And as we bid adieu to this temple of the arts, let us do so with a standing ovation for the spirits that call it home. Let us carry with us the stories of the Grand Opera House, the legends that live on in its walls. For in the echoes of its history, we find the essence of the theater itself. Number 5. Bloody Bride Bridge, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. At number 2, we cross Bloody Bride Bridge. It's said that a bride, lost on her wedding night, now wanders here in her blood-soaked gown. The most haunting tale? A police officer's encounter with her apparition, sitting silently in his backseat. Would you dare to drive through? As the moon casts its pale light over Stevens Point, we find ourselves drawn to a bridge shrouded in sorrow and stained by tragedy. This is the Bloody Bride Bridge, where the joy of a wedding day turned to horror, where a bride's journey to love ended in a collision with fate. The bridge, now silent, holds the whispers of a story that chills the blood and beckons the heart. The tale is as old as the waters that flow beneath the bridge, a story of a bride and groom, their car careening off the road on their wedding night, their lives snuffed out like candles in the wind. The bride, resplendent in her gown, now roams the bridge, her visage a spectral white against the darkness, her dress a canvas for the blood that once flowed through her veins. They say that if you cross the bridge at night, you might catch a glimpse of her, a figure lost in time, searching for the love that was ripped from her grasp. Her eyes, hollow with longing, seek out the living, a silent plea for recognition, for remembrance, for the life she never got to live. The legend of the Bloody Bride is a tapestry woven with threads of grief and terror. Drivers have reported seeing her figure in their rearview mirrors, her bloody dress a stark contrast to the night. Some have felt a sudden chill, a drop in temperature that defies explanation, as if the bride herself had passed through them, leaving a trail of sorrow in her wake. But the most harrowing encounter is that of a police officer, who, upon crossing the bridge, found the bride sitting silently in his backseat. Her eyes met his in the mirror, a gaze that pierced the veil of death and touched the world of the living. It is a moment that haunts him still, a memory etched in the annals of the supernatural. The Bloody Bride Bridge is more than a crossing over water, it is a threshold between life and death, a place where the veil is thin and the spirits walk freely. It is a reminder that love, even when confronted with death, lingers like a perfume in the air, potent and unforgettable. As we stand upon this bridge, let us listen to the river's flow, let us feel the weight of the bride's story. Let us imagine her final moments, the terror, the desperation, the sudden plunge into darkness. And let us honor her memory, for she is a part of this place, a soul forever entwined with the legend of the bridge. So, dear viewers, as we leave the Bloody Bride to her eternal vigil, let us take with us the lessons of her tale. Let us hold our loved ones close, let us cherish the moments we have, and let us tread lightly in the places where the spirits dwell. Number 1. Shaker's Cigar Bar, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Our final stop is Shaker's Cigar Bar. Built atop an old cemetery, this bar's history is as rich as the spirits in your glass. And we're not talking whiskey. Patrons report unexplained apparitions and an unsettling presence. It's a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs. Our final destination in this spectral sojourn through Wisconsin's most haunted locales is none other than Shaker's Cigar Bar in Milwaukee. This establishment, with its rich history and darker past, serves not only spirits of the liquid variety but also plays host to those of the ethereal kind. Built upon the foundations of an old cemetery, the bar is a crossroads of the past and present, where the veil between the living and the dead is as delicate as cigar smoke in the air. The walls of Shaker's whisper with the tales of those who came before, their stories infused in the very woodwork. Patrons speak of encounters with the unseen, of glasses that clink and toasts unseen, of laughter that bubbles up from throats long silent. The air is thick with the aroma of aged tobacco and the perfume of bygone eras, a sensory testament to the bar's timeless allure. But it is not just the patrons of old who linger here. The spirits of those laid to rest beneath the building's foundations are said to wander the bar, curious about the living who come to partake in its offerings. There is a chill that settles over certain tables, a sudden drop in temperature that defies logic, as if a ghostly presence has taken a seat. The bartenders, well versed in both mixology and the macabre, tell stories of bottles that move of their own accord, of whispers that float over the bar when no one is near. They serve their drinks with a side of cautionary tales, reminding those who imbibe that they share the space with patrons unseen. Shaker's is a place where history is alive, where the echoes of the past are as present as the conversations of the now. It is a place where the line between this world and the next is blurred, where the spirits of the departed are as much a part of the establishment as the spirits poured into glasses. As we sit in the dimly lit ambience of Shaker's, let us raise our glasses to the souls that surround us. Let us listen to the creak of the floorboards, the murmur of the crowd, and the soft sighs of the phantoms that call this place home. For in the glow of the candlelight, in the comfort of the leather chairs, we find a connection to the Milwaukee of yesteryear. So, dear viewers, as we bring our journey to a close, let us reflect on the tales we've shared. Let us remember the haunted roads, the restless cemeteries, the stages of specters, the bridges of brides, and the bars of ghosts. Let us hold these stories close, for they are the fabric of Wisconsin's haunted tapestry. And as we step out from the warm embrace of Shaker's Cigar Bar, let us take with us the knowledge that in every corner of this state, there are stories waiting to be told, spirits waiting to be acknowledged, and mysteries waiting to be explored. As the witching hour approaches and our time together comes to an end, we find ourselves reflecting on the ghostly narratives that have unfolded. We've traversed the eerie roads of Wisconsin, stood among the restless spirits of the past, and felt the chill of the unknown brush against our skin. In the quiet moments that follow our tales of the supernatural, we are left with a sense of wonder, a curiosity that beckons us to delve deeper into the mysteries that surround us. For every shadow holds a story, every whisper a secret, and every chill in the air a touch from the other side. We've shared stories of sorrow and loss, of love that transcends the grave, and of history that refuses to be forgotten. These tales, though shrouded in the mists of legend, remind us that we are part of a larger tapestry, woven with the threads of the seen and unseen. So, as we part ways, remember that the world is filled with unexplained mysteries, waiting for those brave enough to seek them out. Keep your eyes wide, your mind open, and your heart ready for the adventures that lie in the shadows. Thank you, dear viewers, for joining us on this spectral journey. May the stories we've shared ignite a flame of curiosity within you, a desire to explore the haunted corners of your own world. And as you venture forth, carry with you the spirit of our journey, the echoes of our tales, and the thrill of the unknown. Until we meet again in the darkness of another night, in the company of more tales that await their telling, remember to embrace the spooky, the eerie, and the unexplained. And above all, stay spooky, my friends, stay spooky.